I had a short recently where I tested different knives against body armor. Had a lot of people saying they were either fake knives or whatnot. Don't know what gave them that impression, but I wanted to dive in a little bit deeper and talk about what was actually happening, and especially how how the blades on the knives reacted to it. I was stabbing into this level 3 body armor from Tacticon Armament, which has steel plates that, as you can see, the knife does indeed stick into it quite well. But looking at the tip here, it's not bent, it's not deformed, and it looks just fine. So it's not actually sticking into the steel by any means. Rather, it's just sticking into the thick fabric. Again, this one, the tip is not bent. This one is the Cold Steel Rico Tanto. Very thick blade. But even our smaller little Smith & Wesson HRT sticks in really well. But if we look at the blade, it has no deformity on the tip. So let's actually look at our plate here. Let's see if we can get an idea of what's going on. You can see it looks flawless. I can't see or feel any imperfections on it. And the reason is because, yes, you could puncture through just the vest with a knife, but the steel is stopping it, and the blade doesn't actually reach the steel, I don't think. Feeling on the back side here, I don't feel much of the fabric being torn up. So what I think is happening is that the fabric is acting basically as a catch for the blade and holding it, and then the fabric pushes up against the steel, and that's what actually stops it. But yeah, you can see like it's got some pretty good cuts in here. I did some up here earlier as well. And looking at the inside, there aren't really a whole lot of spots where you can see where the blades actually came through. You can see there's one right down in there. But by and large, I mean, a steel plate is going to stop a knife any day. And the thick fabric is honestly mainly going to serve the knife. I think that's why we didn't have any kind of damage on the blades, especially on the tips. Especially like the Smith & Wesson HRT. This thing has such a slim little blade, such a tiny little tip that, you know, it doesn't take much to bend these. Compared to like our Cold Steel Recon Tanto, it's pretty sturdy. And like, I mean, honestly, hey, there you go. You can stick it into the steel, and that's because this has a coating on it, a spall coating, so that if you do end up taking a round, it's not going to shoot steel off at you. And looking at it, I can't see where that actually stuck. Let's try this one. There we go. So you can see it does stick in to the spall coating right there. And if we take it off, yep, there it is. You can actually see that one. Just a tiny little mark. So there you go. Maybe it's the spall coating all along that did it. But regardless, I thought it was funny that some people were saying these were fake knives or whatnot, and that it normally would go through body armor. But if you have soft armor, then yes, I think it's a lot more likely. In fact, I've seen quite a few videos on that. But ultimately, a steel plate is going to stop any kind of blade that you're wielding by hand. So there you go. There you have it. Let me know if there's anything else you want us to test with this. I've debated shooting an arrow at it out of my hunting bow to see how the spalling would react to that. I think that would be pretty interesting with fill points or maybe even broadheads, or anything else that you guys would like to see. But yes, obviously, steel plates are going to stop knives. But if you'd like links to any of these, I will have them in the description, as well as at Mighty Moose Outdoors. There you go. HRT, Recon Tanto, and the K-bar. I've had a number of commenters say that they've had the handle on the K-bar break, largely because the tang is a rat tail. It's not a full tang like I believe the Cold Steel Recon is, where it's just steel all the way down. So that's unfortunate. I personally have had a good experience with the K-bar. I've beat the crap out of it. As you can see by the blade, I've used this on many a bush trip without issues. But apparently that is not the experience that everybody has had. So if you want to, you can go with the Recon Tanto. This one is also a lot cheaper, and it's not stainless steel, so it will rust. You do need to oil it, but you should be oiling your knives anyway. So there you go. Let me know if you want to see us shoot anything else at the body armor and see how that spalling holds up.